I knew I shouldn't drink that bloody potion. I should never trust that witch. Oh, hi, Mark. Don't ask why Uncle Death is a Khan. I've accidentally drank a potion that turned me into this cute, adorable thing. I will be back to my normal skeleton self. Don't you worry. So, part 2 of Avatar Stereotypes. What can go horribly wrong? So what type of avatars are we going to be looking at? Well, we have the furries, the crashers, oh god. Then we have the louders, the Eboy e-girls, and then we got the lollies. It's going to be quite interesting, it is. Cringy maybe at most, but hey ho, there you go. But like with everything, I got to put a disclaimer, and you already get the idea what it's going to be. If I mention a certain avatar stereotype, it does not automatically mean you're that stereotype. For example, not all e-boy, e-girl people are very narcissistic mirror dwellers that hate everyone that isn't them, or not all furries are going to be licking you 24/7 and doing questionable stuff. Or, well, and simply put it, not all lollies are fully grown men disguising to be adorable, but they're actually creeps. I don't know, it's all subjective at the end of the day, and you should take everything with a pinch of salt. But if you do get butthurt, well, I got a capybara and a knight to watch my back. After all, do you want to mess with these fine gentlemen? This one will eat you, this one will chop you up. Point taken. So with that said... Hooey! Oh bugger, I was meant to go in the cliff!
The furry ones. This is going to be a bit difficult, try not to be biased, but hey ho, there you go. As you know, VRChat has a large furry community, and not to mention a lot of furry avatars. I am not going through every single one of them, because there's so many of them I will be here all night. So I'm going to give a small example of some, just to give you a general idea. So, these wonderful fellas, I can't remember the name of the base. My experience with these guys have been quite nice, and the stereotype for them would be chill individuals that like to have a good chat and a nice drink. They're generally quite dopey at times, but they're very nice people. Literally, I'm not joking, I can't think of a bad stereotype for them, because they've generally been quite nice. Same with the Wicked Beast people. I don't see them a lot these days, but they're generally for the category of nice, caring, simple individuals that just like to chill and have fun. But there is another group of avatars that for some reason in the furry community, particularly VRChat, has a weird reputation. The Nanachis. For some reason they're a bit erotic? Wait, Heavy?
Still horny!
No, I'm not Heavy. Why do you think I am?
You are not the man Heavy wants you to be.
But Heavy, I am. But Heavy, no, please come back. God damn it. He always waltzes in at the worst possible time, that man. Just like Demoman when he confronted Scout with his anchor issues. If you can remember that episode. My god, ooh. But yeah, where was I? Ah yes, the Nanachis. Apparently they're quite erotic at times. Some of them. The Nanachis I've ran into, barring myself, have been generally nice and caring. I have quite a lot of friends who are Nanachi people, and they're, like I said, caring, understanding, calm, and just generally good people. Why me, on the other hand, well, I would put myself the stereotype as a kind individual who just loves to look out for everyone, and just generally wants to be positive and nice. But it's VRChat, and at least everyone in this game is slightly horny in one way or another. I'm not joking. Regardless what avatar you're using, it will be hornified. And that is the worst thing ever. Wait, what am I hearing?
Don't let your kids watch it!
The Crasher Bashers. These guys are both hated and well understood in the VRChat community. Some of them are lone wolves, while others are associated or part of certain crasher groups. So how can you identify these guys, and how can we put a stereotype on them? Well, it depends on individual to individual, but let's just start with identifying the avatars. I do have an image. This is what a crasher avatar might look like, and there's a reason I'm saying might. Some of them go for an edgy appearance, particularly a floating type of look, dark colours, red and black. They tend to go for a coffin or a scythe on their back, and they just look very aggressive, not to mention they have intro music, some of them. While some avatars look like regular avatars, but they have crashing abilities, the more subtle ones. For the stereotypes, we have two types of lone wolves. We have the malicious Tom. These guys just go around public world to public world, crashing everyone, filling up their ego and not having a care in the world. They generally have multiple accounts and they just keep doing it until they get bored. Then you have the Uncle Toms or Mr. Jimmy. These guys generally just want to be left alone. They're pretty neutral, and as long as you don't fuck with their family, mess with their friends, or try to get with their partner, they're generally pretty chill and they'll leave you alone. They will go after assholes and generally don't like creepy individuals. For the associated groups, on the other hand, you got people like the Basher Monkeys. If you're in these guys' sights, you're gonna regret every moment, because this will happen. A bit exaggerating, but what I've been told, apparently, if you're a person that go after kids, they will burn your computer by crashing your computer, making it heat up so badly, they'll burn your house to the ground. I can't confirm it, but that's what I've been told. Now, with any crasher groups, that is Basher Monkey, Laughing Coffin, or any other groups, there are good individuals. Not all of them are malicious individuals, and not all of them are horrible. There are good people. Like with any community, there are always bad eggs, but there's always good eggs. So it's always best to give some of these people the benefit of the doubt. I've run into a few crashers and I managed to have a few discussions with them, and they're pretty chill individuals, and I actually find to get along with them. Because generally I prefer to a live and let live mentality. I've been told by a crasher, you either live with crashers or you leave the game. And I can kind of understand why. The ones that go after dodgy individuals, they have my respect. But generally, play safe and always be careful. Otherwise, this might happen.
Know the rules, and so do I. Say goodbye.
The Louder Musical. These guys, they're pretty damn obvious now, are they? You hear them before you see them. The avatars they use generally come in varieties. Some use Eboy ego avatars and play very loud music, while others use avatars that have some emotes or sound effects that are very loud. For example, they could be in a Half-Life avatar, just playing heavy beats, forget about Freeman music. Or they could be playing Linkin Park on their microphone, not really caring about anyone else. Now, if it's in a private world or a Friends Plus, you tend to not really bother much because you could just be on one part with your group of friends and they're just on the other side of the map. They're usually at mirrors. But the other stereotype group of people, you got the ones of, I got loud obnoxious music with my avatar and I'm just doing it for the memes, so don't mind me. Like, for example, wait, oh god damn it, Jojo! get the idea of what I mean. Some avatars are loud and obvious, and the stereotype truly for these guys, particularly with those avatars, is, hey, look at me, I'm amazing, look at my amazing avatar and animations I've made or found. Now, some of them are like that, others not so much. Like I always say, it's always subjective depending on user to user. And unfortunately, depending how the avatars are made, also affects if they are part of that stereotype. Some avatars' audio can be global, meaning no matter where you are on the map, you're gonna hear it, regardless. And some avatars have a small radius that you can easily get away from. And generally, it's a golden rule that if you're going to have sound effects with your avatar, at least make it a small radius. So those on the other side of the map won't be hearing your Linkin Park or Forget About Freeman or JoJo music. Not everyone wants to hear it. But sometimes you might want a bit of chaos and loudness, as we all have those exceptions at times. For example,
Oh my god. Tapping my screen. Take me out of my misery. Someone kill me.
the cutie lollies. These wonderful fellows are both adorable and wholesome at the same time. A bit of a mixed bag, but it depends on the individual. Some avatars, like the little adorable little cutie chibi wolf girls, are just so adorable. Generally, these people are generally quite nice and wholesome, are just fun to be around with. And you just want to give them head pats galore because they're nice and adorable. You got the Khans, which are memeable, fun, and also cute and adorable, that they're both hilarious and can be sometimes terrifying, depending on the Khan. But then you also have human little characters, or human chibis. These lollies are both adorable, sometimes can be edgy, but when you hear their voice, well, if it's a guy's voice and not a lady's voice, you start to have doubts in your mind and start questioning them a bit. But generally you just shrug it off a bit. Maybe. My experience with them is a bit 50-50. The little wolfy cubs, like I say, very nice individuals. They're caring, understanding, and they're just chill as hell. Same with the Khans, the stereotypes that they're caring, understanding, similar to the wolves, and they're very fun to be around with. The human ones, the human little lollies, are a bit 50-50. I've met some that are full-grown adults, but they're very caring people, understanding, and actually had a friend who were friends with them that actually helped me out with a mental struggle. Very caring individuals. But there was another instance with somebody using a cute anime lolly character trying to get close to someone they shouldn't be. And I had a red Nanachi friend who decided to make sure things were kept peacefully and somewhat give the message of behave yourself and act your age. Not going to go into depths or details, but if it's a lolly avatar and if it's a guy, have second thoughts, because otherwise, well, you don't want to end up like poor Scout. Trust me. Low-hanging fruit, but the e-boy e-girl avatars. Straightforward and simple to identify, particularly when it comes to stereotypes. Depending on the avatars, depends what type of person they are. But not necessarily true, because it's not, sometimes. If you see these lovely ladies or similar looking avatars, very revealing, a little edgy, very ooh la la, 9 times out of 10 it's usually a guy. But if it is a lady, then generally they're either nice individuals or very annoying and irritating, or just generally assholes. While with the Eboy avatars, 10 out of 10 it's usually guys. I rarely hear a girl use a male avatar. These guys are 50-50. There are some Eboy users that are chill as hell and amazing to have a drink with. You can have a few pints and have a blast of a time. But then you have others that are so cocky and edgy that they think that they're the bee's knees, that they're everything. They are very annoying. But then you got those that are high as a kite with this example.
I'm so f***ing high right now.
My God, that was hellish on earth. I think I gotta be going hiding after this. After being murdered, but you know, Uncle Death has a way of hiding. I have many disguises. So, if part 2 does quite well, same with part 1, I'll go ahead and do a part 3. Be quite interesting what we can come up with. But with that said, I have to go and put a disclaimer, because we have to at the start and end of videos. If I say a certain stereotype that is connected to a certain group of avatars, it doesn't automatically mean you're that stereotype. Everything's subjective, and you should take everything with a pinch of salt. And if you get angry, well, I have my capybara and a knight to deal with you. Gentlemen? Like I say, this one will eat you, this one will slash at you. Ah, yes. Now then, how would I proceed to exit this scenario? Knight, what are you doing with that sword? No, 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 no!